Hello, bee people. Jason here from Bohemia Bees. We are in the apiary and we are checking in on a swarm that we just caught in one of our swarm boxes that we put out. We put these out just as a kind of preventative measure to make sure we don't lose any of our colonies. And we saw a few bees going into this a couple days ago, maybe a week or so ago. They've been checking it out. And I just went along and checked my colonies, and none of the colonies are swarming or are actually coming out of the front, or they're still at the same volume they've been. And that's a pretty decent sized swarm we have. So I think we caught another from the giving tree over here in the woods. We probably have a colony or two in the woods somewhere around us that have been attracted to the apiary and the swarm traps. That's why we put these out, because nothing is better than having honeybees or bees, but freebies are better than expensive bees. So these are freebies. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at it, but it looks like they're parading in the entrance now. So the bees are landed and are fanning. You can see they've covered the roof. They're up on the fence post. Don't know exactly where the queen's at yet. I hope they figured out this is where they want to be. But they are definitely fanning that this is where you got to go. You can see they're going in the entrance here, and hopefully this is their new home. We'll put them in this evening. We'll move them out of here into another location. But the bees that are flying around are still trying to settle in. They've landed up on the roof. They're trying to figure out how to go in, and hopefully we'll get our queen in here soon enough. But they're definitely bearding up here on the bottom and parading in the entrance, and that's what you want. Once they're all in there, or majority of them in there, we'll close that dial, kind of keep them in, and we'll relocate them to another solid colony or 10 frame colony. It's like a lot of bees, so we might need to put a bigger box, which is awesome. Okay, everyone, we are back the next morning. Early this morning, we came out to try to make sure that the bees went in the box, and a few of them did not. They're just kind of hanging on the fence, so we put a piece of comb up there to help coax them on the piece of comb to put them in the box. But what we see is that the bees are fanning, because we did see our queen. She's in the box. But if you see here on the edge of the box, the bees are gonna fan to set the pheromones out for the rest of the colony to say, hey, we've got a new home, come in here. And if you kind of stand here and smell, you can feel the cool air of their wings blowing. And it's not really much of a smell to it, but it does smell like comb or wax. Propolis maybe has kind of a scent to it. But they're putting off a pheromone to coax the rest of the bees that are flying around still, you know, up on that frame, down into this box. A lot of bees, so we'll go ahead and get them settled down, and then we'll put them into a regular colony here later this afternoon. But we want them to settle down. Back in the apiary, we've got our swarm box closed up with all the bees in it. We've got a empty colony box set up here, standard Langstroth, that we're going to install them in. I've got 5 frames with no that are heavy waxed foundation that I'm going to have them draw out, because usually when they're in a swarm, as I mentioned, they carry a lot of resources with them. So the 5 frames that are in here, they're probably already working on, but I'm going to put them in here, checkerboard them, and hopefully get them installed pretty easily. So let's take a look. Okay. Make sure my queen is not on the lid. I don't see her. We're going to brush these off. see what we got. So this first frame probably won't have many on it. Maybe it will. It's been sitting on the front, so it felt like they're burden on it. Some drone comb there. Just seeing what they're doing. Looking for a queen if she's on here, which I don't see her yet. Heavier. Lots of bees on the bottom of that. The reason I did that is I want to be able to flip it to look for a queen. I don't want them falling all over the place. I talk a lot about bee coverage, and to give you an example, this is what I would consider about 50% bee coverage on the frame, one side. That'd be about 30 or 40% bee coverage on the frame. If I don't see a lot of activity, I'm checkerboarding a lot of these. This is a nicer frame, heavier. A lot of the bees are already on it, so this will be a center frame for them to the queen to start to lay on. Squish to bee. No queen yet. It's okay. I saw her in here when I was doing it the other day. So this is why I love swarms. This is a brand new frame that was in there. Look at that. I already started to draw it out within a day. Wonderful. Lots of good resources in these bees. Same on this side over here. A bee has to be 12 years old in order for it, or 12 years, 12 days old, excuse me. 12 days old in order for it to start drawing wax from its abdomen. It takes a lot of resources, and the good news is that we're in a nectar flow right now. It just kicked in today. So a lot of nectar coming in. So this is another drone frame. Oops, I pinched a wing. She wasn't too happy, but she was okay. There's my queen right there. Right there. Running around. She's not a big one. Maybe she's not mated yet. Maybe she's a virgin. She's moving fast, so let's see if we can catch her and mark her. She'll go around the other side. She snuck around the other side. Come back here. She's gonna pop out of somewhere. There she is. Get a little double here. You can see what we do with a one-handed queen catcher. And now, that's going in the hive. Lots of bees in the box. So I got a queen in here. Trying to get her attendants to walk out. There we go. So now I have a queen in there, which I'm going to mark. right, so we're going to go ahead and mark our queen. Gotta get her to turn around. There we go. Hold her in place. Little blue dot on the back. Blue is for this year, 2020. Let's get the queen released. She's gonna go, look at her, she's getting groomed. Making sure she's okay. I don't know if you can all see that. Queen just went down inside the box. Let's get the rest of these bees put back in here. If I can get them to march in. They realize it's she's queen right and she's in here. All right. We're going to go ahead and let these bees settle down into the colony, put the lid on, and we'll be done for the evening. But we've got a pretty big, decent-sized swarm. It probably is about 3 or 4 pounds of bees. You can still see some bees left in there. And we're going to go ahead and, we got a queen marked. We got frames in here. We're going to close them up here in just a minute. But that's how we put together a swarm trap and catch a swarm. This was not our bees. They were from probably the giving tree over in the forest. We have a tree that's constantly producing swarms each year, and they're attracted to the apiary because of the comb. So we got another swarm that way. So everything, like I said before, everything's great. Bees are great, but free bees are better. So thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate you watching the channel. Subscribe so you can hit the little alert button so that we can notify when we do another video. Thanks for watching Bohemia Bees, where beekeeping is definitely more than a hobby. It's an obsession.